If you ever tried to change something about yourself, your reactions, your habits, the way you think, and it just doesn't stick, I'm here to tell you you're not the problem. There's actually a reason change feels this hard. And once you see it, things begin to make a lot more sense. In this video, I'm going to show you what's actually happening when you try to change and the 6 stages that you move through when real lasting change begins to happen. In this video, you'll learn why change hasn't been sticking, why it's not your fault, the 6 stages you move through when real change happens, and how to recognize where you are and what to do next. And if we haven't met before, I'm Elaine Louise Stewart, and I work with women who are 50 and older who reconnect with themselves and feel like themselves again. So let's start. The first stage is you don't even realize that there's a pattern to your thinking or your behavior or whatever you're looking at. You just think, this is who I am. This is just how things are. I've always been this way. That's just how I react. And the key point here of this stage is you can't change something you can't see. The second stage is you start to notice something isn't quite right, or you're reacting in ways you don't like and you don't know why. Like, why do I keep doing these things? That doesn't feel very good. This is the turning point stage when you are becoming aware of your patterns and your behaviors. Before, in the earlier stage, you weren't even noticing it. You were just kind of writing it off like, yeah, this is just the way things are. But now you're starting to ask the question, what's happening here? Now, the third stage is where most people get stuck because you can see the problem, but you can't seem to change it. I know better, but I'm still doing it wrong, or I'm doing it the way I used to do it. I'm trying to fix it, but I keep slipping back. And this is a really important step to be familiar with because it can feel like you're failing or that you're doing something wrong. But the fact is, you're not failing. And this is one of the most important parts of the process. Now, stage 4 is now you're starting to notice whatever it is that you've been following. You notice that it's while it's happening, right? So it's not just after. So you're kind of catching it right as it's happening. And you might be starting to say things like, oh, now I get it. Now I understand. So this is pausing mid-reaction. This might look like hearing your inner voice in real time, slowing down instead of escalating. And this is where real change begins. Now, the next step is, or stage, I should say, is you start to feel different inside, calmer, clearer, and more steady. And this is one of the most important parts of change is really taking it internal to yourself and understanding, how does this feel? How does this, what am I feeling? What are my emotions around this right now? Because this important step leads to our final step, which is a new behavior. Now your behavior starts to change and it's changing naturally. You don't have resistance to it. You're not forcing it. It's working and the change is taking place. So what's happened here? We start off in a place where we don't know what the patterns are. We're not even sure what's wrong. We're not even looking to see if anything's wrong. The second stage is we're starting to become aware of what might be going on or why we feel uncomfortable, right? Discomfort often comes with a need to look and see what's underneath that. What do I need to change? And then we go into this sense of a little bit of overload, right? Like there's a lot of information. We're not really sure where to go. We don't know, what is my next step? And that can be confusing, and that can lead people into almost, procrastination or paralysis and not being able to move forward. And then we go into this place where we start to integrate things like, oh, we notice sooner than we did before. And the little pieces start to come together. And then we have this internal feeling, this shift inside. And then finally, once that happens, we have this new behavior. And it's like you're becoming a different person. And I don't mean like you're a different personality or anything like that. But when you decide on a goal for yourself, and let's say you decided to really take care of your health, and you know that as we live longer, we want good health to go with that longevity. And so we might say to, you might say to yourself, I need to eat better. I need to, cut out the sugar, all of the kind of the typical things that people do. And the thing is that I am the kind of person who cares so much about my health that I am willing to change myself so that I can be that person who can really take care of myself and my health. And that's what comes from it. So then when you have this new behavior, you're just able to do what needs to be done without resistance, without saying, oh, never mind, it's too hard or anything like that. So we're actually becoming a different, I would say, better version of ourselves. So most people try to jump in straight away to changing their behavior, but real change doesn't start that way. It moves through these stages, whether you realize it or not. So if you've been trying to change something in your life and it hasn't been working, I hope you can see now you're not failing. You just may be in one of these stages. And when you understand where you are, you can begin to move forward with a lot more clarity, compassion, and confidence in yourself. You've done brave things before. This is just the next step. See you next time.